So, first up, I should probably say, Benny can't do this on any old car. I only work on select makes and models. But the work speaks for itself. I'm always looking to expand, but this is where we're at for now. First step's getting it ready. We'll give you the basic build, and everything else can go on top. Can't do any of the other work without that rebuild. After that, it's whatever you like. Interior, exterior, popping the hood, working the engine, hydros, of course, opening the trunk, fitting it out. You'll have a lowrider in no time. Sound good?
Yeah.
Get right from the list and come on back. We'll fix them too, but it's expensive. You don't want to get in no fender bender.
Alright. Hello everybody. Welcome back for more Grand Theft Auto 5 online on the PC. I'm Missing Sock. And today we're going to be customizing my first lowrider, the Buccaneer. The Albany Buccaneer. And this is my second voiceover ever. Unfortunately, when I recorded this, my mic wasn't working, as I mentioned in the previous episode. So I've had to do a couple of my first voiceovers here. So, yeah. So here's my first lowrider in Benny's original Motorworks for the first time. With an actual car for the first time anyway, not doing missions or otherwise. And I do like the Buccaneer. It's a great moddable vehicle. Going through all the options right now. My footage is slightly sped up for this part. Just helps out because it does take a while to go through your average lowrider. See there, I'm just about to customize it, and it's at half price right at the time I did this, and it's $195,000. That's at half price, so it's quite expensive getting the lowrider versions. Oh, there she is. She's a beauty. Yeah. The average lowrider generally costs in and around about $1 million. I'd say some of them cost a little over quite often, so I took advantage of the sale while I could, as I said in the previous video. And now we've got the Buccaneer. Yeah, so she looks great. This custom version, I have to admit. It's one of those cars you can do in many different ways. So this one I'm going to do a muscle car version, a kind of an ode to the old Diablo muscle car from GTA 3. So flames and a dark muscle car. Kind of a little bit better because it's an upgraded game, GTA 5. But yeah, you know, it's one of those cars though, ever since then I think about going back and getting another one. You know, they're expensive though. But it'd be nice to have another one in a more lowrider style. Because you can do them in so many different ways. So now we're going through the liveries there. There's the retro flames, the pinstripes. And I'm looking at the retro flames. And they got a lot of great liveries in there. Yeah. Looks great. As far as flames on a car go, I'm sure lots of people have this car, but I didn't have one yet, and I had to have at least one car like this. So, yeah. It's got great red on there. The orange in between and yellow, it's good detail. Stands out bold like some of the previous cars in previous games did. But it's not nice clean lines on some of the other ones. I do like that. Designs like that, and you can do different colors, schemes on the base paint to change them afterwards. For those that don't know. I was quite impressed with the amount of options that you do have in the lowriders. It'd be nice if more cars had those options. And that's a classic white pinstripe we're just looking at. Yeah, you can see the prices, and everything was at the time on sale. So if I remember right, it was half price for all the lowrider stuff and hydraulics, and it was at least 25% off on a whole bunch of other parts. So I bought what I could at the time while I had some money at the time, and it still is quite expensive doing 4 lowriders, so this is the first one, the Albany Buccaneer. Yeah, they come automatic with the white wall tires as soon as you get the lowriders. Even though they don't have special tires yet, they kind of look like they are, just being the lowrider version. Now the hoods. You need the nice muscle car heads. So yeah, with flames like that, you just got to get something like that. Even though it does affect your first-person view, still, it's nice looking. Yeah, I went with the triple intake. I just kind of like that look with the red with the red. Be nice if you could change colors on those, but we'll see one day. Maybe they'll let us. So custom fenders, like you can match your paint job with. And now we're doing the exhausts. Chrome tip exhaust. Yeah, not too many exhaust options, I guess, there they gave us, but one. So we've chosen it, of course. Get our custom grill, or not. I think at the time I liked the black one. Yeah, think we leave it that way. But I might come back later and change that. There's our interior view. So this is the interior, looks stock trim, and there's the luxuries. The velour, leopard fur, tiger fur, zebra fur, crocodile skin, striped leopard, and striped tiger, and striped zebra. Very similar looks. They're all in black right now. Slight differences between them all. And you can see a few big differences, like the crocodile is much shinier and flatter, you know, than something like the luxuries or the other leathers, leopards. You can see the chrome on the chair. And then below that we've got our camo and our striped digital camo, which, as you can see, the price gets higher, and that's even on sale. $42,828 for the digital camo. Yeah. But I wasn't too worried about the price, but just having a look at how it all looked like on the different insides, different interiors, different colors. Yeah, we got our black. All our interior colors right now. Yeah, reds. It does look good in the reds. And the blacks being blacked out. Oh, sorry, not my microphone there. Yeah, oranges, yellows. Yeah, with that black and the flames, you can match a lot of colors to it. Chocolate brown, which we have another car. Doesn't quite match to this one, but I have a V12 shafter with that. It goes really well with it. Yeah, white interior, frost white. Yeah, so it gives you an idea of all the different color schemes you can get, and why, you know, when I said that I wouldn't mind two Buccaneers, you know. One done as a more or less muscle car, and another one done as a more traditional lowrider. It's kind of like you're missing out on one or the other, depending on which way you go. But you know, maybe some of you want just the vehicle for just one type. But this time I was looking for more of the muscle car version, but it was my first lowrider, so we were looking around at all the different options. And I gotta say, there was quite a few. There's always something you find you wish you had more, like more exhaust. But nonetheless, I was pretty happy compared to the regular Los Santos Customs. It's quite an upgrade. Yeah, Benny's got a nice little shop there. So checking out our different colored interiors again, going through some of the different interiors. And there's differences between the stock, of course, and the luxury, and the leather. At the very front of the dashboard, for those of you that didn't notice, you can click back through and you can see. Yeah, I might go through them again here, and you might be able to see some of those differences that happen, subtle differences. But not all the interiors are exactly identical, other than just the fur, of course, and the leather. It's also little front dashboard differences too. Yeah, being indecisive. Well, and this is with the footage sped up a little bit. Takes a little while to decide at the time. And I think I was hoping there would actually be more interior styles, even though I like them. It's very one side like leathers and furs, but there was, I don't know, it just feels like they're missing some others in there. Some more flat styles, I guess you could say, and more luxury type styles, instead of just the one type with different filler. You know, it's all the same. It'd be nice to have some different interiors, different types of filler available. But I guess they give you a good choice, so you know, I'm not complaining. It wasn't 2 or 3 options at least. So our leather striped tiger. Yeah. Some color choices on the leather striped tiger. I think at the time I was thinking it just kind of goes with the flames a little bit better. Even though they're tiger stripes, they kind of have the look to it. I like it as the speakers in the back added in. And later on we'll be getting to the hydraulics in the back as well. Notice how his arm's on the side, so he kind of, when they cruise around the lowriders, they can kind of take it easy a little bit. They cruise in the lowriders. Just a nice little add-on. Most people already know that, but some people never notice little subtle changes like that. That it wasn't just the cars they gave you, but your character would also, you know, put his arm on the side of the car and lean back, things like that. Yep, now the Buccaneers are convertible too, of course. Putting on our plates, missing Zuck. And black and yellow, which is almost always the way I do it. I just find it stands out better and looks good on a black car. I tend to like the darker cars. And even on the lighter, brighter cars, that still stands out better against it sometimes. I don't know. Not sure how many of you out there might pick the white backgrounds with blue. Maybe if you're trying to make it like your real car or something like that in real life, you might have the red or the blue depending on where in the world you are. The type of plate that you want. But otherwise, I just find that the yellow and black just stands out better. So now we're going through the plate holders. Thousands of dollars on sale for a plate holder. I guess it's cheap, but it's still funny. $5,000 for an on-sale plate holder. Yeah. I believe that one with the skull. I'm looking at the other skulls, but that's the one I end up going with. Yep, there it is. Flaming skull. Because the flames go with it. It's a nice skull. It's got the mean muscle car look to it. Yeah. Nice dark vibe. Got our Grim Reaper bobblehead already picked. If you didn't notice that earlier. And the gear shift as well. And there's a whole bunch of different choices for your different gear shifter, 8 balls and skull heads, and with a top hats or a soldier's helmet, a whole bunch of stuff, or just a plain skull. So looks like I'm finally going to decide the interior color. I believe I went with one of the reds, maybe Torino red. I haven't looked at this since I did it. I've driven the car a couple times, of course. But yeah, when I brought up the footage, I realized, oh, my microphone was not working. But thankfully all the audio works, as you can tell. So who knows what wondrous things I was saying at the time. But it's gone now. So there's going through the secondary colors. You can get an idea for, you know, the bottom trim that you can change. And you can do some different types. I was keeping it kind of clean. I'm showing you the chrome look. That'd be weird. Yeah, greens and reds. Blues, I should say. It gives you an idea of the variation, but I wanted to keep it the clean black with the flames, of course. Yeah. It's tempting to go with stock roof, because then it gives you the flat top. But it is nice being convertible. Yeah. But some cars, muscle cars especially, can look better with a hard top. Yeah, to some people, fastback. Depends. Yeah. Yeah, as you can tell, like that's a nice looking roof. But we're here to make customized car, so I think I go with custom roof 2. All right. Yeah, you'll find yourself in there too if you don't. It can take a while to decide between some of these things. Yeah. It'd be nice if it was easier to go into single player, you know, without having to use mods or things like that, to be able to play with it a little bit easier without having to spend your hard-earned online money when you're deciding these things. You can try different ways and different styles. Because some paint jobs, as many of you already know, I'm sure, but certain paint jobs you have to create them and then create the pearlescent to see what it looks like, and you might have to go back and forth and change it, and that can cost thousands of dollars in the online game just to see what different colors look like. Fortunately, you can't test it for free. It'd be nice if they let you do that, pay for it all at the end. If you liked what you see. Might be a better way of doing it. So now we're looking at the original, all the different rims. So these are Benny's original rims. So with the Lowriders, way back when they added these, they didn't just add in them, they also added in 2 new categories of tires that I think you can only get at Benny's. Yeah, the Lowrider tires. Some of them are pretty funky tires. Yeah, I do like them like that. It's like lightning bolts and stuff. That's weird and wild. Yeah. Spindles. Yeah. So I was looking for a meaty, tough look, and I do like how you can see through. On certain ones, you can see right through the chassis, right through the brake pads. And a lot of these nice, they're nice rims, but they hide the car frame underneath, you know, and the chassis itself and the brake pads themselves. And it's kind of nice, some of them that you can see right through. Yeah, and I was specifically looking for something with a little bit more of a mean look to it for the muscle car. But I didn't want to go with the classic ones necessarily. But I ended up looking at these ones too, like the classic revolvers, because they just always look good. Yeah. They still look good, as you can tell. Yeah, the tuner tires, which are good rated for that subtle difference. If you believe in that, it's still somewhat of a, is it a myth, is it not a myth? I've been researching that a lot lately. Does armor slow down your car or not? Do the tires make a difference or not? I think they do, for those that care, but it's just a hard thing to show in testing, you know. But I watched a whole bunch of videos on these kinds of things, and it seems like the armor, it seems like, yeah, your top speed's not affected, as some people think. But you know, if you look really closely at a lot of videos, it really does look like with no armor on a car, you have slightly faster acceleration at the very beginning. Doesn't seem like it carries through, but just at the beginning. And you seem to have better handling. And people that do this a lot say, especially when you're in first person, you really notice the difference in the handling of the vehicles. That said, your top speed's about the same. If you get used to handling the car, it's about the same. And some people say with armor, your car lasts longer anyway, so you're more likely to finish the race with your car intact doing top speeds because it's in better shape. So most people still think armor's the way to go. It's up to you, but you know, the argument continues. Yeah, so that's all the tires, looking through a whole bunch of them, and as you can tell, I'm still indecisive, looking through them all. Yeah. And the other myth was the different types of tires. Do they make a difference? Now, I'm not sure about Benny's. I'll have to research that. Do Benny's tires make any kind of difference? Some people would tell. But I know in the past there was differences. Now, the obvious one being off-road tires. People can test that. You can definitely tell a difference with many vehicles with the off-road tires. But other people say there are other differences between them all, if you test them all. Just subtle differences. Yeah. Nice looking. Now I did want to go with one of the Benny's tires, even though I think some of the other ones do look good. Yeah, it's tight. Because I wanted to pick one of the new rims. New car, new lowrider, new place to go. Should get new rims. And they are nice, like I said, being able to see right through them to the brake disc below. As you can tell, you can get different colors than just white walls, so that's kind of cool. I don't know if I'd pick that, but it is kind of cool that they give you those options. In the end, I think I just pick your regular atomic, which is always nice. Gives it that drag look, having some of the writing on the tires. Yeah, $5,000 words. It's a funny game. Yeah, so at the time I was building these lowriders, so for this lowrider and the next 3 that I do, so these 4 lowriders that I bought, I don't really upgrade as we're going through. You may notice I'm not really upgrading too much of the car itself, just the customizations. So, you know, at the time I was trying to make my money go far for all 4, so I avoided things like engine upgrades and turbo upgrades and things like that, because I can always get those anytime I wanted to later. And later on I would be at a higher rank and be able to get them fully upgraded. So for now, at the time I was creating this, I just left a lot of that out for the moment and just kept to the customization options, which is where the real savings were with the sale on at the time. And it makes the video easier to show you guys, well, all the different looks, the tunings aren't as important. So here's the hydraulics in the back. Another special part of these the lowriders themselves. They look pretty cool.
Now she got hot.
Yeah, it went right to the top ones. 125,000. And I believe that was at half price. Oh, yeah, whoa. That's crazy expensive, these lowriders. Yeah. I've been listening to all the noises. I think I left that out for now too. Some of them I'm going to get some special horns on them, maybe some of the Halloween horns, maybe if and when they're available, if I can do it all in the time, and maybe some of the San Andreas horns and things. But it wasn't too important at the time to showing you guys all the different options. So we get some neon lights here. Yeah, some vehicles look good with it. It's a show car, might as well get some lights. Add some red to give it a nice red glow with the flames. Yeah, we went with the spindle rims, as you could tell. Just have a main look with the black on them. And now the speakers. Another special function of the lowriders themselves that some people may forget or not know about was that they allowed you to have a speaker, a music system outside of your vehicle. So in the past, sometimes you could hear your vehicle, like you hear the music through the windows, but it was kind of through the window sound and things like that. Now, but here and there in the wild, you'd come across a radio and you could hear it properly. Well, this basically allows you to do that by opening up your car. You become a radio in the wild, or in the city, or at the beach, or anywhere you want to go. You just open it up and play the tunes. Yeah, and you will notice a big difference between these vehicles and the others if you've got the music on. You can definitely hear quite the difference standing outside the vehicle. For those rare times with your friends that you might care to do something like that. So I give it a nice speaker system. It's all on sale. Load up the trunk. Both hydraulics and heavy duty woofers. Yeah. Now we're in the engine block. We can get painted covers, V8 covers, painted ribbed covers, painted livery covers, chrome ribbed covers, chrome ribbed covers. And again, on sale and still not cheap. Yeah. So that's another hard decision. But I think in the end we go with the livery covers, just because they just add to the showness of the car. They look good, little details. But I do like the chromed, and the painted as well. Yeah, the painted could look really good in a lot of different colors, I imagine. Yeah. And then you've got the air filters. And this was my first time, so I wasn't sure at the time where it was the difference. But the difference was that if you don't have the blower on the car, so because I've got the triple intake air blower on the engine, or the other one that you can pick as well, it'll block off your air filters. Although the changes are actually there, you just can't see them unless you remove that blower from the engine. So if I had just the plain trunk, then you would see those changes in the air filters. Yeah. But like I said, they are actually there. You just can't see them. Maybe one day I'll change the hood type and they'd be there. Like I said, I was kind of confused as to where's the difference. Well, the difference is underneath where the triple intake is.
You're going like that.
I'm not sure if that actually has pipes underneath that actually change too. It's possible it does, because it does have a good look underneath the car. Now we're giving it some the fenders, and whether curb fenders or curb feelers or not, which I did not go with. They're more of a lowrider thing than a muscle car thing. And now just double checking that we had gone through all the options that we can think of. And there I'm showing you that, yeah, not bothering with a lot of them, although I might have, because they weren't, yeah, see, it's not expensive, so I might as well get what I could and have a functioning car at the time. And there she is. My first, possibly out of two, Albany Buccaneer, muscle car version. Yeah. So I hope you guys like that. Hope it helped you make your own mind up for your own Buccaneer. And thanks for watching, everybody. I'm the Missing Sock. If you're new, we appreciate any new subscribers. And if you could, give us a like. And we'll see you for the next video, which I believe we're going to be doing the Rapid Minivan next. Alright. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.